this is probably, I hope, going to be the last video for today. Let's see here. It is the conclusion of, so we're starting right here, right in the middle, right over here, right here. It is the conclusion of other historians, such as Terry Fivish, that the pharaoh who knew Joseph was Amenemhet III. And using the flashlight method, he is a central hub off of which we can deduce much more of Egyptian history than many previously thought possible. Like Pharaoh Akhenaten, Pharaoh Amenemhet III's somewhat grim-looking statues look like the same person. Not like a statue, but like an actual person. Between teaching ESL, going to school online, blissful domestic life, and trying to breathe in between, research is always ongoing. I seem to learn something new about Egypt and the Bible connection every week, and I keep the matter in prayer frequently. My research leads me to believe that Tutmosis III is the pharaoh of the Exodus. A curious piece of information is that from Amenemhet III to Tutmosis III in Egyptian history is almost exactly 430 years. This is tantalizing, since the biblical record also states in Exodus 12:40 that the sojourn of the children of Israel in Egypt was 430 years. There are distinctive indications that Tutmosis III was the pharaoh of the Exodus, and that Amenemhet was the pharaoh of the 7 years of famine. And of course, we'll get into both of those more later. There are some who are skeptical that the Bible is literal when mentioning that the children of Israel were in Egypt for 400 plus years, and this is understandable. Were the children of Israel really in Egypt for 400 years? Many people who I have a great amount of respect for believe that it is the accepted understanding that this is less than probable. And yet the faith of these people I respect does not involve a knowledge of Egyptian history, but rather good theology, which arguably is a little higher on the totem pole than important yet interesting and unknown biblical and secular corners of history. Yet again, it is the Bible that tells us that the children of Israel were in Egypt for 400 plus years. Is this like Revelation, where so many time prophecies are not literal years? Before I began my study of Egypt, which was several years ago at this point, I did not believe that the children of Israel had been in Egypt for 400 years either. I did not think that it could be a literal number. When I developed the flashlight method using both Egyptian history and the Bible record to throw light on each other, and after much research, I realized that the Israelites were in Egypt for 400 years, just like the Bible says. The next episode will be about how this is possible, and I will present all of my research on this topic. I feel that once I present the information, people can draw their own conclusions. To the right is a picture of a historian that sadly many people have not heard of. I am an aspiring historian, yet I had never heard of Leopold von Ranke until I was in graduate school. He said a lot of good things, but one thing he said struck me as sensible and brilliant, though this is not a direct quote. Gather all of the information you can and make a theory from that information. In my research and with the flashlight method, I have tried to keep this in mind, and until the next episode on how long the children of Israel were in Egypt, as well as to why and what indicators there are of this, I will conclude with the points below. Although I am careful not to call my theories facts, accumulated corroboratory information is worth considering. I am always looking for more information when I can. I make mistakes just like everybody else. What is truth? What actually happened? Many historians do not believe in the Bible, but because I do and I have researched Egyptian history, I have a significant advantage. The flashlight method is, as far as I know, unparalleled. I frequently keep this project a matter of consistent prayer, and I humbly ask that you would remember me and this project in your prayers. Thank you. There is much more to come. So I hope that this has been rewarding for you, and I look forward to our next video session.